everyone, I'm Sophie Morales and this is Sophie's Tips. Today we're gonna do the unboxing and try for the first time the Vitamix Venturous Pro. This is an exclusive model for Costco, although I did some research and they also sell it on the Vitamix website. So I'm very excited to try this model. I can tell you it is the most expensive blender that I've tried in all my life. So I'm very excited about that. Let's get started. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and tips like this. The first thing we're gonna do is open the box to see what's inside. It comes with a recipe book and the user manual. I really like the recipe book. It has a really nice, elegant touch. It is hardcover. All of the pages inside are very elegant with nice pictures on them. And it also comes with a recommendation of how to do your own smoothie. It comes with a formula of how to add the different ingredients, pick your own ingredients to make your perfect smoothie. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna try that out with the new Vitamix. It also comes with its tamper. This is very important because sometimes you'll need it to actually put the ingredients, help a little bit to have that perfect blend. Some of the ingredients might get stuck or you might have kind of an emptiness inside the blender, so you need to open it and push it a little bit, push it around to have the perfect texture. It's important if your blender does not come with a tamper, you can purchase it separately, but you have to look at the user manual to make sure that you have the right tamper. It's not supposed to get in touch with the blades, so you can test it out before you use it to make sure that nothing touches. What I can tell you about this tamper in particular is that I feel that it is a very cheap material. So it looks like maybe a recycled plastic or something. It does not look elegant at all. For the price of this blender, I would think they would make a little bit better quality. And it comes with a 64-ounce or 2 liters container made out of a resistant plastic, BPA-free, with its lid, and the lid has a tiny lid that you can also use as a measuring cup. It has different measures for 1 and 2 ounces. And finally, we have its base. The base comes with a switch to turn it on and off, and it has 2 different switches in the front part of it, one for the pulse and another one to start and stop the program. You have a knob with 10 different speeds. This is everything that comes in the box, these 6 items. So we have the recipe book with the user manual, we have the container with its lid and its tiny lid, we have the tamper, and we have the base. Before we clean it for the first use, I want to show you how to assemble it, because this is a little bit different than other blenders that I've used. Normally, when you have the base and you put the container up top, you need to kind of lock it somehow. Make it click or turn it a bit, something that holds both of them together. In this case, you just put it on top and it automatically detects which container you're using. So it'll tell you what is the maximum time for each velocity. So this is something that comes with this Vitamix. You can buy separate containers with this model, and it'll tell you which one you're using so you can program accordingly. And this is also a safety feature, because if you don't have a container on top of the base and you accidentally click the on button or you start a program, it won't turn on unless it has a container up top. And for the container, I try to remove and put on the lid a couple of times before cleaning it, and I really struggle with it. Taking it off wasn't that hard, but actually put it on, it was really hard for me. I had to really push, and At first I tried to push on one side and it opened the other. So I tried to hold one side and then close the other. And I eventually got a hang of it, but it was really difficult to open and close. So I'm hoping after we clean it and after we use it for the first time, it kind of makes the process a little bit easier, because I cannot imagine once I'm done blending having to struggle with the lid. So let's see how that goes. And to prepare for the first use, I disassemble it. I cleaned the container, the tamper, the lid, and the small lid. And for the base, I just used a Lysol to clean it before actually using it. And a really cool thing about the base is that you can hide the cable, so you can make it as long as you want depending on where you're gonna put the blender, and the rest of it can go down at the bottom hidden. Now for my smoothie recipe, we're gonna follow the instructions from the recipe book for that formula, and we're gonna follow the instructions of the order of how to put all the ingredients in using the user manual. So we're gonna start with liquid. Then we're gonna put our dries and our leaves. Then we're gonna put our fruits and veggies. And at the end, all the frozen ingredients. So for my liquid, I chose orange juice. And then we're gonna add, for our leaves, spinach and kale, 1 cup each. Then half of a cucumber and 3 stalks of celery. And finally, some frozen pineapple. It's important to put all the ingredients in before putting the container in the base. Once we turn it on, we're gonna use the instructions recommended. So we're gonna start in level 1, and then we're gonna go to the highest speed for around 40 seconds. Once it was over, I opened the blender to see how it turned out. And it turns out the cucumber did not work. So you can still see the entire piece of cucumber. So I'm gonna use the tamper to help it and do another 20 seconds. This is very precise because it has its own screen where you can see how much time you've been blending. So it gives you very precise results. Once those 20 seconds were over, I served the smoothie. And I even used a strainer to see if there was any residue, anything that was in between, and nothing. It was impressive. I can tell you that I've never seen something so blended. The texture was really nice and smooth. The only thing I would tell you is that maybe it was because I did it twice. I did the 40 seconds and then the 20 seconds. But I can tell you that it was too hot for me. So smoothies, I like them really, really cold. So next time I do a smoothie of any kind, there's 2 things that are gonna change. The first thing is that I'm gonna cut the veggies a little bit smaller, fruits and veggies. Maybe instead of doing half the cucumber, I'll do in 4 parts or 3 parts. So it's easier for it to blend. And the second thing I'm gonna change is that I'm gonna add some ice, just to make it to a right temperature of a smoothie. This can be an advantage, and is actually something that is mentioned by Vitamix. You can heat soups. You can prepare your own soups using the Vitamix. It would get you to the right temperature so you can serve that soup without having to heat it on the stove or in any other appliance. So if you have, for example, if you're gonna do a spinach soup, you can prepare your ingredients beforehand, you put everything in, and once you put it in, it blends and it heats so you can serve. It doesn't mean that you can cook your soup in the blender. It just means that it goes at a very high speed, and that friction with the ingredients makes the food get warmer till the point that you can serve it without heating it. And finally, I tested the self-cleaning technology. For blenders like this, where you have very sharp blades, it is hard for us to get in there and scrub. It's actually dangerous to do it. So what they recommend is to add 1 liter of water and 2 drops of dish soap, and then you blend it at the highest speed for 30 seconds. And after that, you just rinse and everything comes off. With the speed, It kind of cleans everything. And I could tell you I got really good results. It was really easy to rinse. There were no residue. I could not see anything. The green was gone and the smell was gone as well. So I couldn't smell the celery or the pineapple or all of the ingredients. It was really, really clean. And if for some reason you feel like the plastic still has some odors on it, there's instructions in the user manual of how to clean and disinfect with either vinegar or bleach. Here you have it, the Vitamix Venturist Pro. I really like the results. I like the silkiness in the smoothie. I like how it looks. It's really easy to use. I love the base. Something that I really think that could be an area of opportunity is the actual container. But the good thing is that they sell other containers. There's a stainless steel one that I'm looking at that I'm probably gonna buy. Other than that, I can tell you that I really loved it. Tell me in the comment section what you thought about the Vitamix and what other tests or recipes you want to see in this appliance. I love reading your comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to receive notifications every time I post a new video. See you next time. Ciao!